John Travolta crying. Isn't he sick or something? Who am I
No.
thinking of?
Nah, he actually looks the opposite. Oh, I think he got bulked up for that movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John fucking Travolta. How old is he now?
He's in his 60s.
Old ass man.
Doesn't look like it though.
Nope, not at all.
How old was he when Pulp Fiction came out?
In his 40s.
That's John Travolta in his 40s. This is us in our 40s, man. It's sad. Is that sad for us? I think so. I think so.
I think he looks better bald headed and with a beard.
But it does look like he got some work done, though.
He probably did. I know he's been through a lot of shit since his son died and his wife died.
That's what it was with Travolta. His son died. That's what it was. How did his son die?
Drug overdose, I think.
Just like everybody else, huh? Well, it seems like everybody's dying of these days anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think his wife died of cancer.
Yeah.
That's the other half of everybody. It's cancer or drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Or heart palpitations. Caused by unknown reasons. The
Climate change.
pharmaceutical companies definitely have nothing to do with it. This chat brought to you by Pfizer.
No, it's just natural causes.
Would you
And
shill for
racism.
Pfizer if they paid you, Matt?
I don't know. Maybe.
How much would Pfizer have to pay you to be like, yeah, take the jab, audience?
There's no amount of money. Sorry.
You don't have to do it convincingly, just convincingly enough to get paid.
$10 billion. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't do it.
If you do it ironically, like, I think it defeats the purpose of it, and then you get paid for fucking, like, messing with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A hand job from Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek hand job now,
Yeah.
or Selma Hayek hand job from dusk till dawn?
Either.
Right, doesn't matter.
Yeah, either. She's still fucking hot.
Yeah, she got, like, she sold her soul to, like, not age or something. Like, the devil took that soul for an aging spell. Not sure how that works exactly, but
It's only one way to find out.
I mean,
Make a deal.
have you ever tried? Was he show up?
I ain't touching that
I
shit.
don't know. Well, we have no souls to give away, so
That's true. You are redheaded.
yeah.
You have nothing to worry about, so you should try. Then again, he wouldn't show up because there's nothing, you know.
Right, it's nothing to trade. Yeah.
So if you believe that logic, then would redheads make the perfect crossroad demons?
Yes.
Is that where you gotta like bury something at the crossroad, and then they come at midnight or something? I forget how that works.
Yeah, you literally like bury somebody at a crossroads or bury something that you value at a crossroads.
Right.
And then they supposedly show up to give you something. I don't fucking know.
Can you dig it back up after the meeting's done?
No.
Nope.
What if you do?
It voids the warranty.
The deal's off.
I don't know. Let's ask Sam Medine.
So you like bury something valuable, right? And then dude shows up and you like sell it for like a crap ton of money, like gold. And then as soon as you get the gold, you go to the crossroads and dig a hole and get your shit back.
If it's still there.
I guess, yeah, that's the deal, huh?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. When you find out the other Coke Bear got his own movie. Sticks Hexenhammer said he made a deal to be successful. Is that true? I always thought like that guy wasn't very much of anything, and he'd sit there with his fucking like no t-shirt, no shirt, no anything, with a like motorcycle leather jacket, and you could just tell like I don't know if you guys have ever worn wet like leather and nothing, but you start sweating under it and you don't stop. You know what I mean? Like he just looks like he's like dripping fucking nasty fucking BO smelling shit fucking smell coming out of his butt crack smell because he hasn't showered in 5 fucking days. What he looks like, I don't know, man. Maybe he smells great. Maybe his sweat glands don't exist. But he looks like he's uncomfortable to me. He looks like if I was him, I would be uncomfortable.
Who are we talking about? I don't know who the fuck that is.
Sticks Hexenhammer. You don't know who anybody is, you boomer.
I don't know who that is either.
You guys are both boomers, even though you're younger than me, Corey. You don't know who Sticks is?
No.
He's a political commentator who wears a leather jacket and has long hair. That's about it.
No
Before
idea.
you read that super chat, I thought we were still in the back chat. I didn't realize you went live.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot which one he said he made a deal with, but he talks about it 100 times. Jesus. See, people know who Styx is. Agorizer's like, Styx is awesome. I didn't realize he sold his soul to the devil.
There's a lot of people been coming out lately saying they sold their soul.
What if you like, okay, you're like, hey, Satan, show up and we'll make a deal, right? And then he shows up and you're like, never mind, fuck you. I just wanted to know if you'd show up. Would he be pissed?
I think if he shows up, it's too late to back out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hell no, you can back out. What is he going to do? He doesn't have your soul, right? That's what he wants. He's going to kill you because he doesn't give it? Maybe, I guess. Ooh. Or like curse you somehow?
yeah. You're coming off with something.
That's how.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I know the guy. I just had to put the face to the name.
Your punishment will be lifelong partnership with Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi.
Amber Heard.
I mean, I'll take that deal.
She shits in your bed every night, though.
Okay.
All right, real or fake? Real or fake, everybody? Let's play real or fake with E Honda. What do you guys think? Is it real or fake?
It's fake.
Fake. It would have been hit all the news. All the news.
But there's so many of these now, and it's easy to fake them. So even if you had like the realest video ever, and you went to CNN or whoever,
Yeah, but watch. As it gets closer to the plane, right before it looks like it goes under, it just magically just vanishes. It's because the CGI broke.
No,
now, if you look at the video, there's like 2 frames that you can see it zooming off.
yeah, you can see it zooming off.
It doesn't just
Nah.
disappear; it shoots
No.
off.
The CGI broke.
Damn it, Corey! I'm tired of your negativity.
The hologram cut off.
Tired of your cynicism.
No, it's more fucking, oh, look here, misdirection, why, we completely fuck over the United States and destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just misdirection.
Oh shit! The demon has a name. Agorizer says Styx made a deal with a demon named Stolas. Look that shit up. You had that like, what was that movie with the really good devil that you were showing earlier, Matt?
Legend.
I do have to agree with that. That, to this day, is the best depiction though, because that was some creepy ass shit. I wonder how heavy that shit was to wear in the movie.
Wait, which movie?
Legend.
Which one was that again?
The one from the 80s with Tom Cruise before he was a big star.
So he sold his soul to a stork fucking owl with a crown. Stolas, also known as Stolos, is the great prince of hell. He is seen as a fallen angel and commands 26 legions of demons. He is depicted as either being a crowned owl with long legs, a raven, or a man. Throughout multiple history, formalized classifications of demons have been proposed. None of them, however, have considered common canon, and modern mainstream Christian demonologists insist lists of formalized demonologies tend to remain popular in occult traditions. Whatever. Stolas. Pseudo mono. What the fuck? Dude, there's a lot of weird shit here going on. So this guy was made up by Aleister Crowley, I guess? I don't know. Stay away from that shit. That's what I know. It's not a toxic creek. It's Pride water.
Y'all go ahead and pride and drink that shit up.
Dude, have you guys seen the videos of like the creek running and the guy throws rocks in it, and then all of a sudden like the entire creek is like this?
Yep.
Yeah, and it starts bubbling. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. It still pisses me off that they're shipping that shit to fucking Houston for quote unquote disposal.
Wait, what happened in Houston?
They're shipping some of the toxic water to Houston for disposal.
We're also sending you guys soil too.
We don't want it. Keep it.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a chemical spill in like 10 states by the time it's all said and done.
I'm sure, but they said that they're gonna fucking clean it and purify it, and then shoot it down into the fucking ground and store it between, underneath the water supply between, the rocks, because that's fucking gonna work.
Well, if you ask me, California actually needs the water.
It's true, they do. Yeah. Plus, it's Pride water, so they're gonna love it when they get there. I was thinking Ohio Pride water sounds like a awesome like punk rock band name or something. Or Ohio Rainbow Water. It's like a gay band.
I like Pride water.
Pride water is better.
But it can't be a all white band with pride in it though.
It's true.
Yeah.
If you want to make a deal, email nightstrike@gmail.com. That's nightstrike@gmail.com.
Do you see Ghost Shadow's comment a while ago talking about, have you heard about the Alabama cops freezing that guy in jail?
I didn't see his comment. Yes, I've heard the story.
That's some fucked up shit there.
I mean, obviously they fucked up. They didn't mean to, but they're also charged with, like if you arrest someone, it's kind of like your job to make sure that they don't die while you have them under arrest. Otherwise, you're probably mistreating people pretty awfully.
Mm-hmm.
Have someone freeze to death because you threw them in, was it a refrigerator or a freezer or something they threw them in?
Yeah, it was their cold storage.
What the fuck?
Yeah, without a blanket, left him there for hours.
Yep.
Came back. By the time they came and got his temperature, his core temperature was like 70 degrees.
Yeah.
which means like he was already froze to death. You know.
Oopsies.
I was watching one video of this cop just messing with this college student in order just to find something to throw him in jail for. It kind of pissed me off for the whole night. I thought I was done with the internet after that.
And yet here you are.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is from the other day.
night.
There were 3 separate fires in 3 different oil refineries owned by the same company. Pemex.
Yeah,
in
I saw
one
that.
day.
Nothing to see there either. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Like 1's an accident. 2, you got to start worried about it. 3 things happen. 3 like unlikely events happen in one day.
Owned by all the same company. Yeah.
That's a system. That's a program. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, just look at how black that smoke is. God damn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's oil smoke there, bud.
Yeah, and that shit's leaking right in that water too, I'm sure.
That'll pollute your ocean there pretty good there, buddy, eh? Your air quality too. I saw this. This is funny. Ants stealing a gold chain. I didn't know they were, you know. As
Why
Mark
does it have to
Malone
be
would
black
say.
ants? That seems kind of racist.
I was gonna say Jewish, but you know, black, same thing.
I mean,
Freddie dropped in $2. I don't know how to say your name. I'm saying Freddie.
Frida.
Freddie.
I like Faridi.
Faridi.
Well, that's what I'm
Faride.
going with.
Freddie. Freddie. Faride. Fuh. I'm just gonna call you Fuh. Daniel says, "You think some of this shit could be the Russians?
What, the ants? Maybe.
The 3 fires? I don't know, dude. I think there's more of a complicated game going on in the world stage than we're being told, obviously.
Yep.
When it's like Ukraine versus Russia, it's really us arming Ukrainians to fight Russians, but then it's like us funding Ukrainians to fight Russians who are funded by Chinese now. So really it's China versus us, right? But we're bought and paid for by China a lot of the way. So really it's like us versus us in a way, right? Like, I don't know, dude. Keep cutting into layers of the onion and you keep finding new layers.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they just agree to send another $2 billion to fucking Ukraine?
I don't even know. Fuck Joe Biden, that's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
Like, Ohio's sitting in shambles with Pride Water, and he's going to fucking, I think it was $50 billion he just went over there, and it wasn't even for military aid, it was just so that they could, like, continue paying for the government.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, no state requires a dog to have a carry permit.
This is true.
True. So if you're walking your dog, can you have like a gun in his like doggy backpack?
Sure, I guess.
Is that better or worse than having it in your purse?
Oh, it's worse because the dog's gonna fucking, if it takes off running, you're screwed.
Yeah, but I don't think you just put it. You don't give a dog like a shitty dog a fucking gun.
you
Yeah.
don't, but somebody does.
I'm saying like you don't trust the dog with the gun until you trust the dog, right? You don't just
Somebody
like, hey,
There are
dog.
morons out there. Florida is a state for a reason.
They call him Florida Man for a reason too.
I'm just saying, you don't go to the Dumb Friends League or whatever it is, the fucking dog adoption center, pick up a dog, take him home, and give him a gun right away. You got to have some kind of,
Again, I reiterate, Florida is a place that exists.
Mm-hmm. Florida Man's like, here, hold my beer and watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Or hold my meth and watch this.
I like the way he smiled at me in the dog pound. I trust him with a gun.
Read my last chat and I'll become a channel member. Shit, all right.
Probably has the N-word in it.
Calhoun says, I picked up a used 1791 four-way concealment holster for $25 today. Dude, for a second I was thinking like something that was actually made in 1791.
So did I.
Especially since he says a used 1791. It goes four-way. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck you got? Concealment holster for $25. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Hell yeah, it is.
Really fucking good deal for 1791.
Especially since it's that old. I mean, shit.
I feel like he's probably lying and he just stole it.
Bro, okay, watch this. This had me fucking rolling. This bitch is being a bitch, right? I don't know why she decided to lick the window right there with the fucking poop right in front of her. Ugh. Calhoun became
stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yep.
Oh shit, he became a channel member. He actually held his word.
Man of his word, I like it.
Yep.
The only person I'll refer to as they, them.
That's wrong.
Is it though?
Maybe.
They, theirs.
Interesting.
Have you seen them? Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't say, have you seen her, right? Because her doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, man, like, I saw that.
That looked like that hurt.
She thought she could stop.
Yeah. Oh.
She tried to stop.
It's like that one we watched the other day where that big boy was trying to do parkour and his arms gave out, or he broke his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her knee's never going to be the same. You imagine putting that much weight on your knee?
Imagine, sure, I can feel it.
Oh shit!
This is why we carry guns, ladies and boys.
Fucking Dr. Pecker.
What did Dr. Pecker say?
Imagine the blowjob them two can do.
Oh my God, Dr. Pecker. I don't know whether to be disgusted or impressed.
You can be both at the same time.
Right.
Is that a menage a trois?
Does it look like the bear wants to eat him or just play?
Look like play to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I'd be freaking out right about there. trying to grab my shoe and shit.
Yeah, no shit. Of course, any one of us would have been like pop, 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 pop.
Would a 380 take out a bear?
Maybe a black bear.
What about a 38 special?
Probably.
I'm
What
sure
is the
anything that close would suffice.
You shot it 5 times right there. I think it would probably be okay though. Yeah.
If not, you're definitely fucked in. Especially if it took a bump of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching these a lot lately. Like all these feminist chicks listening to dudes who were like, "Yeah, I don't want some whore who's been run through by 75 dudes," and they get all offended about it.
Like, why not?
There's like a million of these
Why?
videos out there, and I keep watching them, and I don't know why. I guess I like watching these chicks just get owned, like with reason, because they don't have any. But watch this.
Yeah, because that's what I would do. I would make her my wife. I would ask her to marry me and make her my wife. You say you are a feminist. You're 100%.
That is feminist.
You heard me say that.
Oh,
You heard.
make her my wife. Like,
Yeah, because that's what I would do.
Like, I'm equal human, a woman. It's not about
you
wanting
say
to
that.
make her your wife.
Obviously, she would want to be
She
my
has
wife.
her own life. She wants to be your wife too.
Of course, but she's
She
not
wants
going
to go to the club. She wants to do her makeup.
No, she's not going
She
to want to go
wants
to
take
clubs.
pictures.
She's not
Yeah,
going to want to
she
go to
does.
clubs. No,
She does.
because here's the thing: that's a non-negotiable for me in marriage.
Okay, well
If I find a
good.
woman, if there's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs all the time. There's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs in tiny little dresses and get hit on by guys all the time. If I find a girl that I want to make my wife.
Like, why is she getting so offended about that? Like, obviously she's the guy or something, and then she's all offended, like, "Oh, you said make me your wife?" Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then she gets all offended, like, "Fuck you, bitch." I'm tired of all of these hoes these days acting like hoes. Hard to even like have a real conversation with a girl. It'd be like, unless you've known her for a while or worked with her or whatever, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think this is New York, though.
Yeah, bro, you were home. You wanted it? You wanted it? You wanted it, bitch? You wanted it, bitch?
With like babies and the strollers and just random people on the fucking subway. This kid's gonna bring a fucking fire extinguisher, start an argument with someone, yell at their face, call them a bitch, and right before the doors close, spray the whole fucking thing. And have you ever sprayed that in a room that you've been inside of? That fucking fire extinguisher shit?
No.
It gets
I never.
everywhere. It gets every crack of your face, your crevice, like the fucking your eyes start burning. You taste it in your mouth. It tastes like shit. Like it really doesn't taste good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It would make me upset.
100%.
But it's like there's nothing you can do about it because the door's closed, the train's moving, the guy's gone. You'll never see him again. Even if you did see him again, it's like, do you really know that that's him? Are you sure that that's him? Or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And why is that guy got cash just laying out on the seat and shit?
I was just looking at that. I'm assuming he's probably homeless, and that's his day's take that he has sitting out next to him for some reason.
There's so much wrong in this video.
Yeah, plus that kid looks like he's like 15. You know what I mean? Like if you do that shit to me, I would jump up right then before those doors closed. But you know, whatever.
The fuck, I'd be sitting there all calm and shit when something like that's going down.
when Netflix makes the Greta Thunberg movie. You finna destroy the Earth. You okay, Leo? Sorry.
Corey, are you okay?
I'm crying on the inside.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, motherfucker?
Skidmark dropped in 5 and said, "Have some funny money." Thank you, Skidmark. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've not been doing chats as regularly because I've just been busy with shit and it sucks. And I was thinking about potentially.
The fallen star was a man.
Yep. Good timing on that. Thanks, Matt. I was thinking about potentially Tuesdays. Matt, you're not doing chats on Tuesdays these days, are you?
I haven't been. Tuesdays have kind of become a little family night thing. I've just been spending time with the kids and stuff. So
I was thinking either turning Saturday or Sunday night into a family night and then doing Tuesday nights instead. Because I'm home on Tuesday nights. Tuesday night, I'm actually pretty well rested. Versus like right now, I feel like I just, got shit out by a fucking dishwasher, Pretty tired and beat up is the point.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes, like the weekends can be quite difficult.
Plus, it would be nice to have like one weekend day a week where I could actually like take the kids to the mountains and not be like skipping a chat, or go see some family without skipping a chat, or I don't know, sleeping without skipping a chat. I don't know. It's just
so just say that Saturdays are no more and Tuesdays are on. We'll be good. That'll be fine. We know you got time to spend time with your family, man.
There's just a thought. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but.
Oh, we know those.
How dare you? Or
how dare ya?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Dare? Is that like? Oh, I know what you're going for. I can't even say it now.
How dare you?
Daniel says, I'm down with gambling on Saturday. I mean, you seem to lose more money when I don't do shows sometimes, Daniel. Not saying every time, but sometimes. Dr. Becker says, second that, keep Saturday night. It's 1 here already, and I can't stay up other nights as easy. Well, and it wouldn't be as late on a Tuesday. It'd be like 7 or 8 o'clock my time on Tuesday would be the start time. We'd be done, 2 hours later or whatever. I don't know. Plus, like doing one show one day and then immediately doing the second show the very next day. It's like sometimes you blow your whole load on that first show, and then the second show you never come the whole time,
Well, you would know, otherwise you wouldn't use that analogy.
Should do it during the lockdown. I think we did a show down there every day.
Right?
Smoke says E-Hond is racist against gray comment. Con questions, this is why Matt will always be superior.
Wait, what?
What?
I think he's saying because I don't always read the non-super chats and that Matt does, that you are therefore greater than.
Ah, okay. Well, I don't do that all the time. Well, I always do on trigger time. And I try to get as many as I can in on the other nights, but
Daniel says, any word for the one who should not be named? I haven't thought about that fat fucking pile of worthless shit, that fucking dog water fuck, for about a week now. Thanks for bringing it back into my head, you fuck ass. Honestly, like, I have not thought about that person. Here, let's look at their channel. Let's look at their channel, shall we? Yes.
I'm tired of you talking about Night Strike like that. You know, it kind of gets on my nerves.
And you wonder why he doesn't come on your channels.
All right.
Night Strike hasn't come in a long time. I feel bad for Night Strike. Rachel and Church's pocket knife show. Who's Church? Is that his cat?
Yes.
The right wing is Nazi trash. I bet that's about me.
I think the first one was the gun community hates gays. I think you might be in that one, or the right wing Nazis trash. You and Matt.
The gun community hates gays.
Doesn't he threaten to kill people in that one?
I'm gonna march the entire conservative right wing into a fucking death camp. That's what you guys deserve. It's gonna happen eventually.
Fuck happiness. Stay angry. So, I don't know what it is with motherfuckers thinking that you should be happy. Whoever said that you should be fucking happy?
Fuck up with everything that's going on.
It's like, that's what the sound of him talking is to me now.
Right.
The shit I'm trying to set the fuck up with is seeing conservative people take what the left is doing with, like, you are taking what the left is doing at, like, a fucking corporate level, like Joe Biden and the Democrats and whatever, trying to fucking, like, go after your kids in schools, and you are associating that with every person that is gay or trans. And you know what? If that's the case, I think fuck you guys too.
I mean, I get the argument. I don't think that's really happening, though. I think certainly there's a lot of pushback against the left in general with their, like, propagandizing of children to get into being cross-dresser or whatever fucking tranny shit, or, like, you know, learn about sex at a really young age. Like, why is that? And we're pushing against it. That doesn't mean we're like, ooh, a gay person, he's part of it too. Unless you're Mark Malone, you know. Like, that's some Mark Malone ass logic right there. Everyone from the bottom to the top's part of it. Like, from the smallest pawn to the greatest king on the board, they are all equally culpable. And we should name them all the same. I don't do that. I distinguish. I say people like the President of the United States have more power and culpability and blameability than some gay dude who's working at a restaurant or whatever. Not me. No, not me. Not me. Not an admission.
Yeesh, what did I walk in on? Said Randy Butternubs.
Frida. Okay.
Freddie says, my name is pronounced Freddie. Got it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Hey, I've done the 223 556 AR builds, then the 300 blackout builds, thinking about a 6.5 Grendel build. Any opinions on this round? Do you need... Does that require a different upper? Like a... I don't know, an AR-10 style for the 6.5? Or am I mistaken? Can you do a 6.5 and just like a regular AR-15 size? It's different barrel and shit, you know? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure. I know that the BCGs for 223 and 5.56 are interchangeable with 350 Legend, though.
Well, we're asking about 6.5 Grendel, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the because I know I saw one on one site and I can't remember if it said 6.5 on that or not as well for that. It may have.
And I seem to remember seeing AR-10s in 6.5, but I don't know if it's 6.5 Grendel or 6.5 Creedmoor or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know enough about Grendel. We need Grendel
I don't
Thunberg
either.
in here. Grendel Thunberg. And then she goes, "How dare you!" And then hands you a 6.5 Grendel round or something. I don't know what she does. She gets mad at you for shooting it.
MSB says the same up or just a barrel, BCG and magazines.
How dare you! All right. So yeah, do it.
AR-10 is 6.5 Creed and AR-15s is 6.5 Grendel.
Ew, there we are.
The more you know.
And that's one to grow on.
How did you finna destroy the earth? Rachel Levine, a biological man who identifies as a woman, openly validates Charlie Kirk assessment of woke neoliberalism. Quote, "First it was you have to tolerate it, which was the tolerance campaign. Then you must accept it, and then celebrate it. And then the final stage is participation. You must participate." So it started off with, these people are out there, you got to tolerate them. Everybody got to tolerate, everybody got to. And then it wasn't just tolerate, because, that's like something you hate. You tolerate something you don't like. You have to accept them like a family member. You have to accept them and bring them in and be friends with them. And, and that's fine and all too. Don't force me to, but, that's fine. I agree with that. But you have to celebrate it. So it can't just be that they're out there, that you have to tolerate them, that you have to accept them. No, you have to now celebrate them. And then the final stage after celebration is participation. They call your son gay for not kissing boys, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Or you're a transphobe if you don't date trans women.
Reloader, I'm the one that read your comments, so yeah, we can see your comments, but yeah, sometimes they do get missed. Someone was asking if he was banned.
Sorry, my nose is all clogged. I had to blow it.
Oh, you're good, brother.
Who's saying I'm not reading their comments?
Reloader.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ban penultimate reloader. Just kidding. I'm not gonna ban it. For questioning me. Justice with Jessica. Affirmative action in college could end. Far-reaching impact possible. So you guys have heard about like UCLA and all these other schools that have disproportionate numbers of Asian kids who have good grades and good SAT scores and everything like that not getting accepted. And like if you're African American and you have lower scores, you are accepted, because they want affirmative action in the colleges and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, there's been court cases that basically say, like, yeah, what you're doing is discrimination. What you're doing is illegal. You can't discriminate against students based upon their skin color because their scores are higher. They should have they should be accepted in, basically, based upon their scores, not their fucking skin color. Which means a lot of things could change. Maybe we're headed back towards a society that values like skills and knowledge above skin color and ideology and gender identity. I don't know. It starts with small steps, or is it like something that's going to be like a big fucking swing in the other direction? Like, how does the change of tides happen?
So this could happen two different ways, and the one that we don't want to see is that huge swing, because then it'll be overcorrecting, and that will probably lead to like rise of Hitler, basically, more or less. I think it'll be the small steps. It's definitely going to be court cases at this point, whether it be Asians, whether it be white folks, whatever the case be, being like, no, you're targeting us because, we're actually able to pass SAT tests, whereas you're actually knocking our scores down because of that. And that's actually has happened several years now. So, yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of stuff happening in state houses right now. And that's the one thing the Democrat Party fucked up big time at a federal level with, is that they left the states to be turned red really bad. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot more supermajorities in states come 2024 and stuff.
But that's racist.
I'm just glad to see colleges starting to turn that around, because like it gets to the point where like let's say you get a affirmative action hired doctor to do your heart surgery. Are you going to be happy about that, or do you want the guy who had the best test scores all the way through?
Yeah.
I'm saying when I have a heart surgeon, I probably want the guy who had the best test scores.
Right.
Not the guy.
It's just like the airliners, how they were wanting to hire, more women and more diverse people to be pilots, but would you want lesser pilots, or would you want the best people for the job?
I don't care as long as it's a black guy.
The black guy for what?
Just anything, really.
For anything? So you are for affirmative action?
Yes. Absolutely. Why not?
Do you think affirmative action solves racially generated intergenerational problems?
Oh, absolutely.
Does it negate?
Anybody who thinks it doesn't is just a racist.
Do you think it negates the need to pay any kind of reparations?
I think reparations are fucking stupid. I think affirmative action is fucking stupid too, but whatever.
I was going to say,
I'm just trying to be a contrarian. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
No, affirmative action, all it does is fucking just blow smoke up the person's ass, making them think that, I can do this too, just because I get a participation trophy, instead of actually challenging the person or, trying to make the best out of it.
I think the fact that we have a government that spends more time fighting for affirmative action and fighting against charter schools is very telling of the people in positions of power, and fighting against vouchers and all these things that would help kids that genuinely live in shitty neighborhoods that have shitty schools, help them to go to schools that are actually better, and actually start to see merit in schools, actually start to control schooling. And so therefore, if you had charter school programs and you had voucher programs, and you could get kids whose parents gave enough of a shit and the kids gave enough of a shit to drive the extra 30 minutes to go to a better school,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't take a fucking bus. So parents got to be willing to fucking get their kids there, or the kids got to be willing to find a way there. And if they're willing to do that and go the extra mile to figure out how to get to a better school, and we're fighting against that shit, and we're spending all our time, and then you set up the schools to where it doesn't matter. Oh, no, don't worry. You can be a shitty fucking school, and we're going to pack your fucking school full of all the kids that live close by, and then we're going to pay you per head federal money and state money to fucking just for every kid that goes to that school. No. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Because you're making it to where the schools don't have to have merit. You're making it to where it doesn't matter. There's no incentive for schools to do a good fucking job, because the schools that do a good job don't get any more students or any more money or any more anything than schools that do a shitty fucking job. And nobody's trying to make it to where there's at least a path for kids and parents who want better for themselves to be able to do better, even if they are poor and live in a shitty neighborhood, but maybe they got a kid who's really fucking smart and their parents are willing to fucking, take the extra time every fucking morning, the extra 45 minutes to drive to drop them off at school before they go to work, and then pick them up in the afternoon to get them in a better school. And we spend all this time fucking fighting over that. And then those schools that are doing a good job that parents want to take their kids to would get more money, would get more funding. And the shitty schools would realize they either have to straighten the fuck up and become better fucking schools and get better goddamn teachers and figure out how to teach kids, how to do the things they need to do to get along in life. Otherwise, they fucking run out of funding and they don't get any kids and they get no money and they get nothing. But instead, we just want to fuck the whole system, and we're more worried about fucking bullshit ass, let's just fucking judge people by the color of their skin, and who gives a shit about test scores and all this shit. Our government's fighting more for affirmative action than making sure kids have a fucking chance. It's stupid, and it tells you where their fucking priorities are.
Well, because they do it for a reason.
Kind of like a tax credit program, like you're talking about.
Yeah, they fight against those voucher programs every chance they fucking get. Every chance they get, the fucking government steps up and tries to fight against having kids be able to go to different fucking schools.
You should be able to take your kids to whatever school you want to.
Yeah, you should.
If you don't want to take your kids to any school, you should get the money on like your tax return at the end of the year, because you're not putting the burden on anybody else to teach your kid. And as long as like the kid has like minimum standards or something like that, I don't know how that would work exactly, but like you'd have to show that you're actually like, teaching the kid. But yeah, get a big ass tax credit for not sending him to school and teaching him yourself. Like how many parents?
But they also don't want that either, though.
How many parents
they
would
want to
take
be able
their
to control
kids out of public school and teach them at home if they had enough money to?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them would.
The whole voucher thing is actually being worked on here in Ohio. When Jason Stevens, our current Speaker of the House, got in by having Democrats basically vote him in there, he cut a deal with Allison Russo, who's the minority leader of the Democrat Party, and basically said that was off the table. And then as soon as they had some retreat for the GOP this past couple weekends or whatever, they're like, nah, fuck you. We're actually putting it through now. So, yeah, hopefully we can get school choice here in the next 6 months or so, give or take.
Daniel dropped in $2 and said, you can tell the Grays they're second-class viewers. You deserve your own bathrooms and drinking fountains. For the Grays only. The Grays should sit in the back of the chat.
This sounds familiar.
It's funny because now, like, the T's, because you got the G's and the B's, the T's, they want their own bathroom. Like back in the day, it was like, you got to have the white bathroom and the black bathroom. Everybody's got to have their own separate bathrooms. And they integrated the bathrooms, and now they're segregating the bathrooms again. But this time not by color, but by penis surgery. It's a much more fucked up metric.
I didn't know there was penis surgery going on in bathrooms. I mean, maybe they do want to separate that.
Well, you need the penis surgery before the bathroom.
Because I don't want to go to the bathroom that offers penis surgery.
Please do.
Then why does those bathrooms have glory holes in it though?
Good question.
Every good bathroom does have glory holes in it. I mean, let's be honest.
For the fake penises that the girls get to attach to their bodies. How do they even do that shit, dude? That's actually, I don't want to know. Don't answer that question. That's gross. They're not very good at it. I know that. Making a penis. Jesus Christ.
Well, they usually take like a phalange or two.
After a federal judge in Oklahoma ruled in favor of a marijuana user's gun rights, an attorney explains how that impacts cannabis users in Colorado. So previously, in Colorado, if you got a marijuana card, you could not have a concealed weapons permit. If you had a concealed weapons permit and you got a medical marijuana card, it voided your medical marijuana card. If you have a medical marijuana card and you go to get a CCW, you get denied because you have a medical marijuana card. Now I think they have to give you both if you want them.
After that decision.
I'm not aware of anybody really getting in trouble in Colorado for like having a joint and a pistol in the car when they get pulled over or stuff like that. Although technically that's like federal fucking pound me in the ass prison crime, right? If you have like a Glock and a joint at the same time.
No, it's not.
It's not possession of an illegal substance with someone with a firearm, which is a...
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
No, I don't do weed.
You tried, though, that one time in band camp.
If someone stuck a float up their pussy?
Scott Patterson says, now hiring, grades need not apply. No Irish need apply. It's true. I don't know. I like how the laws are moving slowly in the ways of freedom in certain ways when it comes to guns, when it comes to marijuana. Both things that I've cared about in my life, you know. Makes me happy.
Now, if we can get cocaine legalized, I'll be happy.
So the trick there is get cocaine legalized again, because it used to be.
Right.
Make Coca-Cola cocaine again.
I've heard this. I don't know if this is true or not. That cocaine is still inside of Coca-Cola. Like modern day Coca-Cola contains cocaine. They just take out all the psychoactive ingredients in the cocaine and add the cocaine that's left for the flavor that cocaine has.
Only if you get the Mexican cocaine. I mean, Coke.
Maybe that's why that shit's so damn addictive.
I think so. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be something else about cocaine besides the cocaine that makes you like cocaine. And if there wasn't, then why are they still putting it in Coke? Like, why go through all of the trouble to get coca leaves, process it into cocaine, remove the cocaine from the cocaine, if that makes sense, and then whatever's left is like flavor that you add. Like, that's like a way expensive, unnecessary ingredient, unless I don't know. Companies have gotten in trouble for shit like that before, though. Like, for instance, I remember there's like a noodle company in California, I think, that was like serving noodle, like a restaurant or whatever, and the noodles that they were serving had fucking heroin inside of them, like just like a little trace amount of heroin. Nice. So everybody would come in, they'd get their noodles, they'd get their little fucking buzz from eating, and the next day they're like, man, I need some noodles again,
I need some fucking noodles, man. God damn, give me some fucking noodles.
Noodles,
bro.
Sales are through the roof, though. Maybe it was opium, I don't know. I forget what it was. Daniel says, Tim Pool is a green-only super masochist now.
What's a super masochist?
Because if you are in a Tim Pool live chat and you are not a channel member or doing a super chat, you are not allowed to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Not allowed to speak, or they just don't acknowledge you?
You can't type in the chat because they've got it set to members only chat.
Jesus. Why?
Supposedly because there's so many people in the chat at any given time, the chat just flies by and no one can participate anyway because anything that you say is just lost in the wind and blows away before anyone can even read it.
That actually is legitimate for big enough fucking channels, because I know some channels that have done that same thing for that reason, and I've been in those chats before they made that change, and You just don't comment.
Right,
Because there's no fucking point. By the time
Yeah,
you
kinda
see
like-
something you want to respond to, it's gone.
Yep. Kind of like Rakita Law's fucking chats get crazy.
So, and I don't know what Tim Pool's up to now, but I know it's pretty fucking big. So
they're
maybe
coming out with their own.
I'm not saying it's right or it doesn't suck. I'm just saying I kind of get the point behind that, but
yeah, I mean, I've had one super chat one time read by Tim Pool. That was kind of cool. Saying like, "Hey, check out the Gay Frog chat." Yeah, and he does have 30,000 live viewers a show at least.
And what if
I don't
they
know
all
if this
became
makes me
channel
a-
members?
I don't know if this makes me a dick, but I never super chat anybody that's bigger than me. And what I mean by that is like they don't need me to super chat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give super chats to smaller channels. That's it. I don't give
I give
fucking
super chats to smaller channels to participate in the chat. I give super chats to bigger channels to try to promote my channel.
Yeah, I don't do that shit because I don't give a shit.
And I stopped doing that because it's not worth it. Because they go, "Hey everybody, check out eHonda 8888 on YouTube. He does based videos about fucking frogs or whatever." Right? And then out of the 30,000 people watching the live show, zero of them come over to your channel and do me. We're like, "Oh, that's cool. Whatever. Fuck off, faggot." I assume that's what they say. Freddie says Lust Brothers.
Okay. Who's the Lust Brothers?
Me and Matt are.
Oh.
Wasn't that Bjorn's girlfriend who called us that from Japan?
I think so.
What was her name? It wasn't Freddie. All right, good talk. All right, we got Montreal, Quebec, also on fire, factory fire, spewing noxious gas into the environment. Unknown chemicals turning the frogs gay. Oh, we have Italy. That's weird. Italy's on fire. Burning
As it
chemicals.
should be. Fuck Italy.
You don't like
Seriously.
Italy?
What's wrong with Italy?
I don't know.
Then you got this bitch making soup in a fucking
They're
plastic
too
bag.
close to fucking France. Fuck them.
Dude, did you know that you could do this with a plastic bag? Not that you should, but that you could.
Do what? Oh yeah, because
She's
the water
making
keeps it from melting.
Soup over an open fire.
Yeah.
She got some old fish, didn't even gut it, nothing, just throw it in there, guts and all.
I'm quite sure the chemicals that made that plastic is still not that healthy.
No, it's not at all. It's fucking toxic shit.
Just throw leaves in there, whatever the fuck those are. I don't know, man. I wouldn't eat that soup.
Fuck no.
I mean, I bet you it's probably good than a motherfucker.
I don't know. Maybe. I'd try it if it wasn't made in a plastic bag. How about that?
Right. Then you get that plastic bag taste on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's chock full of plastic bag goodness.
Yep.
It's true. Can't discount
So
that.
would you be safer eating that soup or drinking Ohio water?
See, that's the thing. It's got Ohio water in the soup bag now. When you make the soup, it is
True.
Ohio water.
Just East Palestine.
It's all of
No,
Ohio.
I'm sure it's all Ohio now.
All of it.
Greater
all of
Ohio
it.
water. Okay, I saw this. This made me laugh. First of all, what the fuck? You're just gonna let that rope go there? Okay. So she knows what she's doing. So does he. Oh, Chicago's on fire.
Chicago Heights.
This is from like a week ago. I don't know,
Yeah.
almost a week ago, something like that.
That's Chicago Heights, not real Chicago.
What's wrong with where do you live at compared to Chicago Heights? Like how far?
That's like south suburbs, maybe. Something
Miles.
like
So 2 blocks away.
How many
that.
miles?
I'm northwest, and that's south.
How many miles?
I don't know. I never even been to Chicago Heights, so I wouldn't know.
South side of Chicago is fucking scary, bro. As a white dude, it's kind of scary. It's like a place you don't want to run out of gas or get a flat tire. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't suggest that.
Is the ultimate trophy right there. Not only did you win, but you ripped the head off of your opponent. And now everywhere you go, you display it for all of your other potential opponents to see.
No shit.
How much of a dominant Chad you are. How much you lord over all of the rest of them. And how they should bow before you. Before the might. It's kind of fucked up, dude. He's got that head on him until his antlers fall off.
Right.
Probably smells, too.
Not to mention he can't see out that right eye.
Oh, yeah. He might get an infection there or something. Like right where they're touching heads. That's kind of badass, though. All right, listen to this guy.
I've seen this, yeah.
This is the last one I got, but...
Hey, TikTok, just a quick update. It's Saturday, I believe, and here's the truck I've been driving for the last few days for Wilson Logistics. This trailer just was assigned to us from Kraft over at the Kraft Foods plant, and we're delivering it here to what's called the Springfield Underground. And that is, as you can see behind me, this giant cave that's big enough to house hundreds of these trucks and trailers. There's a train track running through here. Just to give you an idea, back here, there's a regular sized truck. See how tall that is up there? It's just incredible. Anyway, having a great time, learning lots. Talk to you soon.
So why are they delivering food to the Springfield salt mines or whatever they're called?
Because they've been doing that.
Because they're underground bunkers.
30 years.
Right, but all of a sudden they're stocking it full right now? Seems like they might be preparing for something that is imminent or shortly coming up over the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Like some sort of thermal nuclear war. Nuclear. Which one's right? I always forget. Nuclear. Freddy. Bullshit. Yeah, that was my last story. Because this is from last week. Ohio declares itself Ukraine in hopes of receiving aid from Biden administration. That's still funny to me. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. They fitting to destroy the earth. Oh shit. Daniel dropped in 5. That's how the government regulate the price of cheese. They store it and manipulate the price. It's been the thing since the 70s. Yes, there is a strategic cheese reserve, believe it or not.
Really?
Strategic cheese reserve. They have, I don't know how many tons of cheese, a fuck goddamn ass ton of cheese in some cave somewhere. And some of it's been in there since like day one, right? Like, hey, we should start a cheese reserve. Okay, cool. Here, put cheese in there. And there's like like 50-year-old cheese, 60-year-old cheese sitting in this cheese reserve. Would you eat 60-year-old government cheese?
Fuck yeah, government cheese back in the day was a shit.
Well, that's why, because it came from the strategic cheese reserve, and they had to like rotate out some old cheese to put in new cheese in, you know?
I mean, yeah, they used to make cheeses that last. Like the outside of the cheese is like hard as a brick. Then you have to like crack it open.
Yeah.
I think that was some of the things they did during the Roman times, like to get food across the country to one to another.
Yeah, but it's not like okay. So when they dug up Ramsey II, right? They had all this gold and stuff. They found honey inside of his chamber that they then took and heated up and added a little bit of moisture to or whatever, and it turned into honey again, even though it's like, 2,500 years old, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they didn't have in Ramsey's chamber? Cheese. They did not have cheese because those motherfuckers knew that cheese does not last that long.
Or they didn't know of the process of making it last that long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
like the
dip the
Romans
shit in
did.
wax.
Right.
What's the oldest cheese out there? You can't just dip it in wax and it's good forever, right?
I don't know. I don't know that much about cheese. I'm not a cheese aficionado.
Right. Ask somebody from Wisconsin.
Oh shit, the oldest edible cheese in the world was a 40-year-old cheddar from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Apparently the sharpness could only be consumed in small doses. This cheese was made while President Nixon was in office and was sold in 1-ounce pieces. Blech. Blech. Super sharp cheddar.
Yep.
I'm Ray Ray.
I really don't want to live in a fucking country where I can't be me.
Then delete. Press the delete button.
If you guys are going to continue to fucking do all of the shit that you're doing and bash gay people regularly and whatever, I guess you guys are going to end up in a fucking shallow grave.
So now you're talking about murder instead of deleting. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I said. He was talking about killing people.
Your next are going to fucking hear you saying this shit, and they're going to shoot you in your fucking back. I know because I'm one of them. You should think about that. How many others like me are hiding amongst you?
Xanatos is here. How's it going? Are you hiding amongst us, Xanatos?
Maybe.
What's
up?
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good. What the fuck is this crazy shit this motherfucker's talking about?
I don't even know anymore. Why is the world against me? I keep being an asshole to everybody, and then people don't like me for some reason.
Oh, no.
Oh, have you seen this? And he finds the bullet.
Yeah, it's spinning.
Yeah, it's still spinning.
Like forever. Like, look how fast it's spinning. That's cool.
You gotta go test it 3, see if it works.
You ever shot ice before?
No, because nothing here freezes enough for you to do something like that.
Shoot things right back at you. And if you're lining up your eyeball to make the shot, it tends to shoot things right back at your eyeball that just made the shot. It's not a good idea.
Dude was probably wearing armor and shit.
Okay, is it nuclear or nuclear? How do you say that word?
Nuclear.
Nuclear?
It's spelled nuclear.
Nuclear? Okay. I guess I always say it wrong.
Nuclear weapons.
NATO expansion. Who's the aggressor? Seems like we're encroaching on Russia. Dude, the further this shit goes along, the more I'm on Russia's side. Like, I know Putin's not a great dude or whatever, but
It's fine.
I don't think that he was the guy who instigated all this shit to happen, even though he was the one who eventually like got tired of what was going on and sent in troops.
Well, the biolabs and shit, that's kind of a big deal.
Well, Russia's always kind of had a problem with NATO countries getting closer and closer to their border, right? Like that was like a lot of the stuff that happened in the 80s and 90s. That was, you know, the reason it was happening was because Russia and NATO were making deals back and forth. And a lot of the deals that they had were like, hey, you know, you don't get to expand up to my border. That would be like, I don't know, Russia going to Cuba and putting a bunch of missiles on that island right off the coast. You know, kind of makes us a little nervous. We start putting fucking military shits into Ukraine, kind of makes Russia a little bit nervous. You know, it's the same fucking thing.
Canada.
Right, or can't, like, yeah. It'd be like China having a military alliance with Mexico and building bases over the border in Mexico just to have them.
Right.
They're also
Like,
kind of
we be
against
okay
the
with
New
that?
World Order too, so the establishment. So it's no wonder they're trying to inflame this way more than it has to be.
Well, and then we went into Ukraine, I don't know what year it was, but helped them get a U.S. NATO-backed leader elected. Like, basically did some shady shit with their election. And there was a bunch of people who were pro-Russian in eastern Ukraine who got targeted by the government, who got, like, murdered in mass, who some of them got locked inside of their apartment building and they burnt it down while the country cheered. You've got the Azov battalion that, like, rolls around with Nazi shit on their fucking uniform, you know? Like, there's some shit going on in Russia, I mean in Ukraine, that the average American person doesn't know about, that I don't even know about, you know? Like, there's, I'm sure, things beyond what I even just said.
Did you see the video of this?
What?
Let on Still's asking for a link.
All right, send him a link.
Did you guys see the video the other day of the Zelensky body double with Biden?
Yeah, I saw that.
Was he a penis double too?
There, put it in your Discord. It's like him and Zelensky, and there's like another guy that's like the body double behind him, or the real Zelensky. I'm not sure which one.
Man, get out of the streets. Oh, shit.
What is it, the UK?
Yeah, they just beat the fuck out of a fucking RT reporter and took her camera and bag and ran away. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
The man probably didn't want to get sniffed. Oh, you're talking Zelensky?
Yeah.
Oh, the Matrix glitched.
Drove up this. I don't even know what happened. I think the winds were big. But this is what's happening right now. In Suffield, on Mountain Road. So we're in a
What is even going on here?
storm and
Damn.
the car literally just drove up this. I don't even know what happened. I think the winds were big. But this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
That's crazy. Led, check your Discord.
Lead on steel.
What's going on, fellas?
What's
All right.
I finally got fast internet, so I shouldn't be disconnected.
This video always makes me happy.
Yeah.
I know we've seen this before, but it just goes to show with persistence, you can have victory. Don't give up. Put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes they try to take your feet away from you. Just hold on to those handlebars of life. Don't let go. And even when they try to fall down and drag you with them, hold on to those handlebars. Don't let them take you with. And you know what? Sometimes you got to grip that throttle of life and twist it and get away inch by inch until you get a little bit of breathing room and you can fly free like the four-wheelers of old.
Never let go, Jack.
Do you think two people could fit on that door?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So she's a selfish bitch or what?
Yep.
Yeah, she had her diamond. She was good to go.
But then at the end of the movie, she throws the diamonds into the ocean. What a waste of shit. Jesus Christ. Like, you don't want the diamonds anymore. I understand. You got some memories there, right? But, like, you're probably, like, a week away from death the way that you look, how old you are. Maybe it'd be good for your family to, like, I don't know, sell the diamonds and give them the money.
Yeah, the daughter could have sold it, and her and that captain could have lived a good life.
Yeah, but instead you're like, oh, I'm
How
just...
about her fucking great-granddaughter or whatever the fuck she was that had been taking care of her?
Granddaughter, that's right.
Yeah.
Just saying, man. It's kind of a waste. I'd be pissed at Grandma if she did that to me.
I mean,
Not
Grandma
forever.
was a bitch.
Not forever, but pissed off.
She already proven she was selfish by not letting Jack on the fucking door, so why not be selfish again and throw the fucking diamond in the water?
Yeah.
Dude, this chick is like rap signing. Seems to me a rap show would be not the best place if you're deaf. I don't know.
Yeah, she's throwing bars, man. Woo.
It's true. I'm just saying, how are you going to go to a concert, a music concert of any variety, if your disability is you cannot hear?
Yeah, and you have to look at her constantly.
Yeah, you can feel the music. That's why they go. No, seriously, they do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if people who are deaf enjoy concerts more when there's more bass. That's why you don't see deaf. That's why you don't see deaf people at country music concerts.
The new B&T TP380 in action. That's kind of cool.
It's cute.
It's cute, yeah. That's the word. Cute.
That looked like
Hope
an
that gun doesn't have
SBR
a
to
fucking.
me.
Woman who had catalytic converter stolen twice speaks out as the thefts rise. Dude, I got in my car the other day. It was like super fucking cold out. And something was rattling around in the back as the motor was like warming up. And it sounded from the cab, from the inside of the car, like the fucking, like the goddamn catalytic converter got stolen. I freaked out for a second. But then I got out of the car and realized, no, it's fine.
I think I see the meme where they went to a car shop and had barbed wire wrapped around the converter.
Yeah, they've got locking devices now you can put on your car to try to lock your catalytic converter to it.
Well, Colorado implemented a tax system thing where they would basically, like, you pay for the lockbox to go over your converter, and then when you do your taxes at the end of the year, they reimburse you. And they also started a serialization program where you can serialize your catalytic converter. That way, if it ever gets stolen, it's traceable back to you, potentially.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how bad it is in Denver.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like auto thefts and catalytic converter thefts and theft in general. Dude, that was like I was reading this article about Walmart, right? Walmart now has these AI systems that are at the self-checkout because so many people are stealing from self-checkout and they're getting sick of it, so they implemented these like new AI cameras and shit to like look at what people are doing. And if you steal a bunch of shit, they don't care, right? Like you steal like, not that they don't care, but like you steal like $25 worth of stuff when you're checking out, it just makes a note. It says, okay, Mr. Honda stole $25. Next time he came in, he stole 30. Next time he came in, he stole 40. And if you get to a certain number within a certain period of time, they send police to your door with, it's not petty theft charges.
It's grand theft now.
Yeah, because they wait till you have like over $1,000 or something like that, and they can actually scare the fuck out of you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those cameras at the checkout, they zoom in on your license when you open your wallet.
Well, they've got the facial recognition program technology. They've got more cameras in the parking lots than they do in the fucking inside the store almost, you know? So they, you know,
True.
they're looking at the license plate when you drive up before you even get in.
And plus, if you're dumb enough to steal while you're using your debit card, that links you too.
Right, yeah, you only paid for half of your stuff. Well, cool. Like, we know exactly who you are. Dana dropped in 5 and said, when do you think we're going to go for Taiwan? Apparently, they're ramping up moving semiconductor facilities to Arizona. May, July, only time weather good enough. I mean, I feel like all of these balloons and drones and weird shit that China's been sending over us, it's like the kind of shit that you do when you're like about to like do an, like, oh, you're gonna like bust me for smoking a cigarette while I'm robbing the bank, you know? Like, who cares about the fucking cigarette? Like, this is the cigarette. They're about to rob the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I hope not, because my kids are getting to that age where it's like, oh, you're 18 now, and we're at war with China. Frontline infantry.
Yeah, that would be scary as a parent.
Yeah, no shit.
If they want my kids to be in the military, they're going to literally have to kill me first.
I don't blame you, man. If I had kids, that'd be the same way.
I mean, I know dudes who went over to Iraq, Afghanistan, who got legs blown off. I know dudes who lost their lives. I know dudes who come back fucked up. And that was like a war that, you know, we were just, it was an occupation almost. It wasn't even a war. You know, like, here's this group of people who were technologically like way more advanced than, who we want these resources from for whatever excuses we're giving to the American people to be there or whatever like that. But we are going to be in this area for a while. We need, you know, warm bodies to fill the seats. A couple of them got hurt. A couple of them saw some shit they shouldn't have seen that fucked them up. A couple of them breathed in some gases or whatever that made them sick or whatever. Like, okay, how are we treating those people right now? Like shit. Like,
yeah, we're not treating them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to like go to war with a equally advanced, if not even more in some ways, technologically advanced, and less in others, I'm sure too. I'm sure in some ways we're ahead of China for sure when it comes to military capabilities or whatever. But you want my kids to be in the front line of that war in the future when I've seen what we're fighting for, which is bullshit fucking bureaucracy, like intergenerational money that we're protecting, like resources that you're bringing back to the country to like help the American people or whatever. Like, look at all the gas we have. We got gas under our feet, motherfucker. Why are we over there drilling it?
Exactly.
So I've been against war my entire life. I've always been against war. I've always thought war is the fucking stupidest option. And it always seems like we're lied into war. Whatever wars we've been into my entire life, and even beyond my entire life, every single one of them has been a lie on some level or another. And it's always around the beginning of the war. Like, why are we in Ukraine right now? We're not even in Ukraine. But we are, though, now. We have special forces in Ukraine. Did you guys know this? Doing clandestine operations in Ukraine, U.S. soldiers?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
It's because it's for the status quo. That's why it's always been about that. It's either for the queen or it's for the fucking banks. It's always for someone who's the richest.
Yeah, it's the elites war.
Yep.
Again, like, why should I put my kids on the sacrificial altar of that war to continue it with their blood so that those rich people can stay rich and those bureaucrats who are in power can stay in power, so that status quo can move forward another generation, enslaving the American people, enslaving the world, really, enslaving humanity, especially when you consider with all these AI technologies and things that they're coming out with. Like, who fucking knows where we're going? It seems like it's like Alex Jones was right about everything. George Orwell, 1984, fucking Brave New World, all of these things put together of just coalescing into a reality that is a nightmare dystopian future for our children. I don't get it, dude. I don't get why everyone's so complacent. But I guess the reason is always you have something to lose. You know? The moment they take everything away from you, that's when you're going to actually do something about it. So they'll never take everything away from you. They'll always leave you with one more thing that you can't lose. And then you'll never do anything.
Yep.
Calhoun says, you too can feel the music with the right substances. Sometimes you can see the music.
Taste colors and see sounds.
Yo, read my last chat. He never deployed, thank God. Calhoun says, my brother served in the Marines for 4 years, stationed in the far-off foreign land of California. The things he saw over there. He still can't talk about it. I don't know. Like, I had a buddy that I went to high school with. He was like a year or two older than me, who saw some shit over there, got back. He was not the same. People like tried to help him, wouldn't be helped. A couple of years go by, see his name in the newspaper. Another statistic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That shit sucks, dude. Because I mean, it's like if we were over there in a just war, like how many World War II soldiers, in spite of the horrific shit that they saw, came home and self-deleted? Some, I'm sure.
Yeah, some. Yeah.
But not many comparatively. Not many as a percentage of people who were in war or whatever.
Well, that's because a lot of them, they came back on ships and stuff, so they had a time to decompress, so to speak, talking to each other, swapping stories, just talking about it, getting it out. Whereas soldiers now, they go to war, they fight, they get flown back home and left to their own fucking devices with no help, no way to decompress.
Well, the other thing is, we were fighting Nazis. We were killing the bad guys. If you kill a bunch of bad guys, and you go to sleep that night, I'm assuming you probably sleep pretty good. If you kill a bunch of women and children over some oil in some shithole fucking sandbox across the pond, and you go to sleep at night, you might have some nightmares. I think there's a huge difference there too.
Well, there is, yeah.
Like a huge difference. Like, you ever see Last Samurai, starring a white guy, ironically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Sake!" And then like the old Japanese dude comes to him. He's like, "Oh, you have a bad dream because you fight a bad war," or whatever the fuck he talked about. Like, it's that shit, dude. It's that exact shit right there.
Of course, Mark Malone. Of course.
What did Malone say?
now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, they weren't bad guys. They were fucking horrible. Scum of the fucking earth that deserved what they got.
The funny thing about the Nazis, right? It's like, okay, Normandy, D-Day, all the fucking invasion begins, all that stuff, right? Like, they're losing ground every day. Battle of the Bulge fails. You got Russia and the Allies on your eastern and western fronts closing in on Germany. You've got all of these slaves working in factories, building things, but they happen to be Jewish. You would think that the thing to do at that point would be to double down on putting your slaves to work to make sure that they can build the weapons and tools so that you can fight more effectively against the people who are invading you, right? That would be the logical self-defense way to go. But instead, what they did of accelerate their production was accelerate their extermination of those people, because they thought that they only had so much time left to create that destruction in the earth, on the earth, to a certain group of the earth's people, for whatever reason Mark Malone might still believe in. But that was the MO. That was like what they were out to do, and we've only got so much time. Let's not fight to win the war. Let's actively do things that are going to accelerate the loss of the war in aspiration of getting this goal done. That's how evil they were.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking logic your way out of that one, Malone.
You know what's silly is them fucking Nazis might actually still be in control of like most of the Western world to this day. I mean, look how many were in Ukraine still, and probably still are. And look at fucking, what's his name? That fat fucking Nazi sympathizer. What is his name?
Soros.
That's it. Yeah, that motherfucker and a bunch of other ones, man. Like that. It's
World
just
Economic
ridiculous.
Forum guy. What's that World Economic Forum guy who's always like,
Yeah, that guy too.
And we are here so that you can listen to us because we are in charge. Because we are smarter than you.
Almost makes you think that Hitler might not have been the actual, top of the top. He might have just been the face of everything.
Well, he absolutely wasn't. You know who funded Nazis?
The royal family.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the people who... I'm talking about the banks. You've got the Rothschilds funding both sides of World War I and World War II.
Yep.
Actually, you have the Rothschilds basically funding both sides of every war since Napoleon.
Absolutely.
So when you say the Jews or whatever out there, the people who hate that group of people, that's who you're fucking talking about. Shut the fuck up about all that other shit, and you're stupid as fuck for being like, oh, it's the Jewish people. Like, there's fucking Jewish friends of mine that have as much to do with that as, like, the gravity pull on the moon, because they happen to be on Earth and add to the gravity of Earth. Yes, they're in there. Yes, they're adding to it. Can you measure it? Absolutely fucking not, because it's so minuscule and insignificant that it doesn't fucking matter. And for you to think that it does, or that they're connected integrally into this plan that you have in your fucking head, just shows how stupid you are. Shows how insignificant your thinking is, that you cannot put a line of demarcation between them and the people who are actually in power and actually in charge, and actually making these fucking bad decisions for all of us, including those people who you're blaming.
No, Malone, you're fucking retarded, dude.
Oh yeah, last comment he made.
I think he's just trolling.
I think he's confusing the Third Reich with the Wehrmacht, because the Wehrmacht did actually fight against the fucking Nazis at the end of it. They went completely against Hitler and all of them. He's got them too fucking confused like crazy.
I don't know, man. Every time I hear Kanye West now, I kind of laugh to myself.
Yeah.
I mean, to go back to what we were saying before, I mean, but just people back in the day, period. Men back in the day, period, were just built different.
Oh yeah.
Where they had to work, you know, the horrible factory jobs and work at the steel mills, like 16-hour day shifts. I think they were just built different. Farm boys.
You know what? On top of that, they've done like they've taken statistics of like military recruits and stuff from back in the day to today, basically from like World War I to World War II, and all the wars basically, right? And our troops have a 30% the grip strength of what they had in World War II, like the recruits.
I heard of that.
Yeah. So men were just built different back in the day. Honestly.
We also have like a third of the testosterone and half the sperm count.
That's you can blame that on fucking or the Health Foundation, all them fuckers poisoning us.
Well, it's in our food, it's in our water, it's in our drugs, it's in our like ways to preserve our food, like our plastics, and you know, like the inside of a Coke can. The inside of a Coke can has a plastic liner in it.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
Honda, when does a master's in cell and molecular biology have anything to do with history, world history?
Why are you arguing with somebody online who makes up everything?
It's true.
This is true.
Whatever we're talking about, Mark Malone is an expert. Remember when Mark Malone was like, yeah, that's my, what was it, the Malone guy who invented the RNA vaccine?
Yeah.
And he was like, that's my cousin or whatever. And like, we talk about
he just said he knows him. He said he knows him. He didn't say it was his cousin. He said he knows him. And then he also said he fucking was in real estate at one point. And he said he did fucking all kinds of shit.
But yet the Nazis were the good guys, even though they tortured.
Whatever the conversation, whatever expert the conversation required, he was that.
Yep.
Right. Led fucking people into the gas chambers, did fucking experiments on the special needs and handicapped. Oh yeah, but they're the fucking good guys.
Well, that's exactly why like half of the fucking German army decided to betray fucking Hitler near the end of the war and completely switch sides.
Dude, they do like fucked up shit. Like they'd take some guy and they'd be on like a train and it's freezing cold outside. And they'd be like, okay, we're going to do a study on hypothermia. Take your shirt off and we're going to put you on top of the car and see how long it is till you die. Start a stopwatch as soon as you got up there. Or they would make a guy stick his arm out of the train until his arm was literally frozen solid and see if they could like somehow nurse his arm, you know, like torturously nurture his arm back to health, you know, which obviously they wouldn't be able to because they let it freeze solid. Like, okay, let's dial that back, you know, like 5 minutes. So it wouldn't be quite frozen solid. Okay, let's dial that back 5 minutes. And that's like one of the reasons we know so much about frostbite today is because of these Nazi scientists who were just cruel as fuck to people, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like half the German army didn't even know exactly what was actually they were fighting for. Like the whole majority of that war.
I guess it makes sense. That's why he's in biology, so he can carry on.
And make mortgage loans.
Yeah.
Debt. In
Mark
other words,
Malone
he's a modern day thief, basically, is what he's saying.
Mark Malone helped out with Corona.
Yep, he did.
Yep.
He works in Wuhan, actually.
There you go.
The Wuhan Institute of Virology.
I'm feeling like him and Soros would be best buddies sitting next to each other, just smoking a cigar.
Probably.
Talking about the good old days.
Yeah.
Don't forget fusing twins together. What was that one? Were they like sew people together? Is that what they would do?
Oh, God. That just sounds horrific.
Yeah, something like that to see if
Ooh, a human
they
centipede?
can make it happen.
Human centipede. Fuck that, dude.
Well, the other fucked up thing about the Nazis is like the youth were the most fervent, most adamant abusers of like Jewish people in the camps, for instance. And there was this story about, I don't remember her name. She was like some 20-year-old Nazi chick who worked at the camps, and she liked to
Coco Chanel.
She liked to like physically pleasure these dudes right before or during while they were killing them. So they'd be like torturing this dude to death, and she'd be giving him a hand job and getting off on it. And when the war finally fucking ended, I don't know the whole details. The war fucking finally ended. She had like all these lamps and fucking like book covers that were made of human skin. So she liked to take the skin from the humans after they were killed and turn it into leather and make it into things.
Jesus.
Yeah, like fucked up people, bro.
Sounds like Elizabeth Bathory.
It does.
Yeah. Fucked up shit. Those German girls are into some weird sex shit, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I like Ghost Shadow's comment. Having a master's degree does not always equal being intelligent. Very true.
Right. That takes a doctorate.
I've met a lot of educated idiots in my life. And okay, so here's what happens, right? Like, you go through high school, you're pretty smart. You go through college, you're pretty smart. You get a job, you're pretty smart. You do that job for 20 years, you get really stupid. Why? Because
doing the same
even
thing
though it's a job that required an education to get, even though it's, you know, something fairly complicated that you're doing on a daily basis, the thing that you're doing on a daily basis has not changed in 20 years. And so your neuroplastic ability of your mind to learn new things and take on new information and adapt and change has completely gone away because you've done the same thing for 20 fucking years. There's a lot of people out there who fall into that one.
Yeah, majority of them can't even change a fucking tire on a car. It's 4 fucking lug nuts. It's not that fucking difficult.
Daniel says, read what I put in the chat. The jabs, by all accounts, were way more cruel. Also, it's kosher to say Japs in 2023. You can say Japs?
Well, you just did, so I hope you can.
Well, I mean, you could say all kinds of words that I'm not even going to say right now. I almost did it. You almost got me.
Well, Japs mean Jewish American princesses, so.
Goddamn Jap bastards. That's what the old people used to say. Like my grandparents, my grandpas were both like World War II age. One of them fought in World War II. The other did not because he had flat feet and they wouldn't let him in. But that being said, they both said Japs all the time. I heard Japs. Not all the time, but whenever they talked about him. I always wanted to hear some like World War II stories from my grandpa who was there, but he never, ever talked about it.
Yeah, my grandpa never did either.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I'm pretty sure he wasn't like front line or anything like that. I think what he did was he drove a truck and he had a M1 carbine. So whatever you see while you do that during World War II, I'm not sure. Oh, Bjorn says I made Frida upset.
Oh, what did you do, Honda?
Because I called her Freddie.
Or you talked about his other ex-girlfriend?
Oh.
No, I think it was talking about how you side with Russia because she's Ukrainian.
Oh well, I'm not gonna change my opinion because some girl gets upset. I'm sorry. I think that like the way that you cannot look at the fucking history of that part of the world and say like, oh, it's all Russia and Ukraine's innocent and blah blah blah, and I'm behind Ukraine 100% of the way, all the way to nuclear war and all the way to obliteration and death of everything that we know. Like, cool. If that's where you want to be, is on that fucking side of the camp of like, fuck it, let's all die together. I guess kumbaya, motherfucker, but I'm not gonna fucking join in on that fucking circle. Period. God, I'm a dick. Oh shit! Hello. Can't show that on YouTube.
Whoops.
The fuck is wrong with her? Why does she look like that? Why?
Because I unzipped my pants.
She just did a whale of like cocaine or something, you know? Like she just did some uppers. All right, now take a picture. Your eyes are all open, all big.
Okay.
She looks like the mother of the girl who was the jury forewoman in Georgia.
Oh God, yes, yes, she does. She was tweaking hard on those interviews.
Mm-hmm.
If you looked at that MHRA report for the public, you will see that they didn't do any fertility studies. Pages 16 to 21 are of particular interest for people to look at if they're interested. They did no fertility studies, and they didn't even do fertility studies in animals. It wasn't. They were exempt. The studies and trials were exempt, which is most peculiar. They didn't do any studies in pregnant women, and yet it was pushed on pregnant women. And we know from the Pfizer studies themselves that they said to the women in the studies, you must not get pregnant, you must use contraception, you mustn't get pregnant under any circumstances. And human nature being what it is, 25 women did get pregnant. And out of the 25 pregnancies, there were 15 miscarriages, which means that's 58% miscarriage rate for women who were vaccinated and became pregnant. And out of the 9 babies that were born, 5 had congenital abnormalities. So this is a complete disaster, absolute disaster. And we've seen miscarriage and stillborn baby rates go up enormously, actually. In Scotland, the normal rate is 2 in 1,000, and it's gone up to 4.9 in 1,000, which is the highest level for over 10 years.
Wow. I don't even know what we can talk about anymore, man. Like, I've got a strike on YouTube right now for not sure why, not sure what I said, not sure what I did. It's getting to the point where it's like, what can you even talk about anymore that matters? And if you fly too close to the sun, your wax wings are going to melt and you're going to plummet to Earth and not have a YouTube channel anymore. You know, like that kind of sucks. Been doing this for a couple of years now. Like, put a lot of effort and time into doing these shows and, you know, being here every week and doing all that stuff. And to have it like hanging on by a thread like that, at any point you can just lose your channel because you talk about the wrong thing or you show the wrong video. Like, it's kind of a shitty fucking position to be in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially when there's other channels that'll show the same exact video and nothing happens to them.
Well, yeah, like we talked about before about how, you know, there's channels that are specifically for, like, crash videos, car crash videos.
Oh yeah, you get a strike real quick for showing a car crash video.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's channels that show nothing but car crash videos as their channel. That's just what their channel is.
Yep.
This does not compete.
Who's the new YouTube CEO now?
Not Wojcicki.
Right now?
Susan Wojcicki got outed, didn't she? Did she get fired or asked to leave, or how did that go down?
She left one day after it was announced that Google was going to be Google/YouTube was going to be investigated for various shit.
Ha! Fuck yeah.
Guilty
She knows she's
conscience.
guilty as fuck. Because okay, I've got strikes during the election thing for election reasons. I got strikes for the COVID thing for COVID reasons. I got strikes for the jab thing for jab reasons. Like all of these different fucked up, stupid censorship things that, guess what? I've ended up being right on almost everything that I've said that they've censored, which is probably why they censored it in the first place, is because it was correct information, which is the last thing that you want to get out to people. Yes, they need to be investigated. Yes, freedom of speech needs to take precedence over people's feelings, period. Period. If you're offended about something, that's on you, not me. You're the one who's offended. Why should that affect me? I have my freedom of speech. Do you have the right to not be offended? Where's that enshrined in the Constitution? Where's that in our Bill of Rights? It doesn't exist. And it shouldn't exist. Rightfully so, it does not exist. Hashtag fuck your feelings.
Damn.
Daniel dropped in 5 and says, keep my grandpa's M1 bayonet on my desk at work. Supposedly he dispatched 3 Japs with it. LOL. And we meet with salesmen for Japanese CNC regularly. That's pretty good. 2 points to Gryffindor for that one.
The question is, does Daniel tell that story?
Yeah, does he tell him about it? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Killed your ancestors, motherfucker. So negotiate correctly.
Yep.
He said, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Tell them. She was not upset over Russia and Ukraine. What was she upset about?
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Mark's in the chat trying to make himself look good again.
What is he saying now?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. Something about building engines from aftermarket camshafts and shit and all this stuff. Like, dude, come on.
You know, it's awful
Seriously,
fucking
bro.
funny that he keeps trying to fucking tell us what he's done and what he's did and all this other shit. And
Even if that's
shit?
true, which I seriously doubt, so I don't believe anything he says.
Mhm.
When you can tear down a 410 horsepower 8000 series John Deere tractor, 9-liter engine, 16-speed power transmission, build it back together, replace all the hydraulic pumps on it, then go into the Daimler system that wasn't built to take GPS and fucking manually install a GPS, install the software, and get that motherfucker up and running to where it can go through a fucking field by itself, then you come talk to me, because I can do all that shit. Okay? So I don't give a shit about your little fucking toy camshaft hobby bullshit. Like, fuck off with that shit. That's child's bullshit.
Oh, out of
Did you see there's a new cancer vaccine now?
No.
So there's a vaccine that they can give you to prevent you from getting certain types of cancers or to treat kinds of cancer that you already get. I'm not exactly sure, actually, when I think about it. But okay, you get cancer, you get a vaccine. Would you take it? I guess if you have terminal cancer and it's like, take this vaccine and it'll cure you or it'll kill you, but you're going to die anyway, so take it. I get that. But if it's like, I don't know, what kind of non-terminal cancers are there where there's already conventional treatment for? Would you take it for that or would you take the conventional treatment?
The conventional treatment. I'm not taking any vaccine ever again.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't trust it.
No.
Have you guys seen where they're doing a vaccine subscription service now.
Oh Jesus! For what?
It's from Pfizer, and they've got 3 different tiers, and like the ultimate tiers, you get 6 vaccinations a year and all this crap.
Why do you need 6 a year? I think I've had 8 in my life.
If I can find the picture, I'll send it to your Discord in the private chat.
I mean, what do you get?
Message.
What did you get in the 80s when you were a kid? You got like the MMR, like the measles, mumps, and rubella. You got, I don't know, fucking probably polio or something like that. I'm not even sure what vaccines we got when we were, but there wasn't a ton of them. You were done by 5. There was probably like 6 or 8 or 10 or something like that vaccines. Now it's like every time you go to the doctor with your kids, up until they're like a teenager, they're like, okay, we've got 5 different vaccinations. We got to do this visit. Like, fuck you. No, you don't. And then if you say anything about it, they're like, oh, everyone gets all upset at you for not wanting to vaccinate your kids or for even asking questions. It's not even that you didn't want to. It's just you wanted to know what the side effects were and what the, like, what are the ingredients in this? And could you show me the back of the thing? Like, I can't believe this father's asking about this thing. Fuck, man.
I sent that picture to you, Honda, on the Discord private message.
Yeah, it was 6 back in the 80s. I took the 5th one, and that's what gave me autism.
Yeah, that's it.
2 free injections every 12 months. Basic digital ID integration. Limited virtual support. Oh, but for $75 a month, you get $75 a month, by the way, is a lot of fucking money. 4 free injections every 12 months. Basic digital ID integration, 24/7 virtual support. But for $100 a month, 95, excuse me, I'm exaggerating. 6 free injections every 12 months. So you need 6 injections every year now? For what?
Yeah,
It's
no,
fucking
man, it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
It's a money-making scheme is all it is.
Well, it's like, oh, people got sick. Darn it. I guess they'll need more pharmaceuticals. Too bad it sucks that we make all these pharmaceuticals, huh? Oh. And then, like, anybody who went to the hospital because they took a jab and had a problem of whatever kind, and they go to the doctor at the hospital and they're like, hey, I took the jab and I've got a problem. What do we do about it? And the doctor looks at them and shrugs their shoulders and says, I don't fucking know. Like, you're the lab rat, basically. We have no idea how to treat what's wrong with you because you're the first one of these we've ever fucking seen. Good luck. Yeah. Oh, hello. Whoop, hello. Hello. What is this?
Fucking finding some pictures on Discord. It's X-rated in there, bro. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you
got no shit.
Fucking start you.
Yeah, you can't look at those DMs sometimes too. Those will get you. A pregnant Florida woman charged with fatally shooting a mother of 3 in an Uber last year is arguing to be let out of jail because her unborn child hasn't committed a crime. In an unusual legal argument, attorneys for Natalia Harrell, 24, filed a motion on behalf of her fetus, asserting that it shouldn't be behind bars without being charged with an offense. So wait a minute. She fatally shot someone last year. She's in prison now. So did she get pregnant? She must have got pregnant before she went to prison. Okay, there's my question. The state has placed the unborn child in such inherently dangerous environment by placing the unborn child in close proximity to the violent criminal offenders. Harrell's child, it argues, is receiving inadequate prenatal care and unlawfully being locked up. I mean, she's locked up in a uterus. no matter where you are, so that doesn't really matter. The case contends that the fetus should be released pending trial, which would be necessarily get Harold, who is facing second-degree murder rap, out of jail. I mean, honestly, if you're pregnant in prison, I could see an argument for special treatment in prison while you're pregnant, right? Like you just committed a murder, you're pregnant, right? You're in jail for the next 20 years. You're not going to get your child. Sorry, you're in prison for 20 years. I mean, what happens when your dad goes to prison? You know, oh, well, he's a father, so we should let him stay home because his kids. No, fuck you. Straight to jail. That's what they do with the father. The mother, I guess, while she's carrying it, you don't get out of prison because you're pregnant, but maybe in prison we should provide a safe area for pregnant mothers, because hopefully it doesn't happen that much that it's going to cost a fuck ton of money, and we give them prenatal vitamins and make sure that they don't get fucking punched in the stomach for a couple months. And the baby gets born, you take him out, you fucking adoption or send him to family or whatever you do, but the mother doesn't get him at that point, right? Because she's in prison. I guess if she gets out in 2 years, like if you got family you can send him to, you can do something about it. But if not, you might have to force the mother to give that child up for adoption. Because how fucked up would it be to like have your mother give birth, right? You get raised by this family till the age of 6. They love you. Everything's great. 6 years old, your mother, who's a fucking demon monger from hell, just got out of prison, wants you back, and gets you back, and now your whole life's fucked. Like, you'd be better off staying with the family.
And now you're living in a trailer park with your mother.
Yeah, living off government cheese. Full circle.
There actually are some prisons that have maternity wards in them for that reason.
See, they're already doing it. They're already doing what I thought. Who's this one?
The Georgia Ford woman. She was the one that was on the trial for Trump.
Was she the one who was like on TV talking about what she talked about and what she couldn't? I think I knew who that is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you had to do one of them, which one would you do?
The officer.
You do her?
Yeah.
Because she's taken the black D before. She knows how.
Yeah. She can take a lot of punishment.
I think last on my list would be this one. She's just not attractive to me at all.
I don't know. They damn near look the same. All of them.
Is Greta Thunberg 18 yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the same age as Kyle Rittenhouse.
All right, then I'd fuck the shit out of her just to like,
like, hey, fuck.
Get her to chill the fuck out or something.
And you can,
yeah, but
you
you're
call
still
her out. How dare you?
see, but you're still begging a special needs person.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the catch.
Oh God, that's just wrong. Wrong. Texas Saturday, a house party ends with a teenager getting slammed and beaten by El Paso police. I don't know if we can watch that.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Well, it's the police that we making. You know, I think that doesn't count.
Oh, here's your Zelensky lookalike.
Mm-hmm.
The body double.
Body double.
You know who else had body doubles?
It's weird. It's almost like they're pulling a Hitler.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say. Thank you. Hitler had body doubles. That's exactly who I was gonna say.
Wait, what is Biden carrying? Is that a Men in Black weapon?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't like. Wasn't sure if I was like my eyes were playing tricks. I think it's what this guard's holding right here. That's a M1 Garand.
Oh, okay. Right.
Edition.
No, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. He's got an SKF, yeah.
That's one noisy cricket.
Right.
But it does look like Biden's holding it though.
Right.
That's cool.
All chrome SKS.
Ohio State Representative Chris Jordan dies at age 46. That's pretty young to die. What did he die of? Jordan was described as Speaker of the House of blah, 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 blah. What did he die of?
Natural causes is what they're claiming now.
Suddenly?
Yes.
For no previously known reason?
Exactly.
Seems to be a trend.
He has caveman years. Caveman life expectancy.
It'd be interesting if they tried this outside a mosque. Come on, play. Why does nothing play here?
I don't know. Discord always be tricky, right? That's Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's always tricky on videos.
So they're putting rainbow stairs on the church. Would you go? Okay. If you go to church already, so I'm not saying like to the atheists out there, well, would you go to this kind of church or that kind of church, even though you don't go to church? Let's assume you already go to church. Would this bother you at your church? Or would you be a bigot for saying something? Or would it be okay to not go to that church? What do you guys think?
I would not go to that church, and yes, I would say something. And
you're a bigot. Next.
I don't know. I probably want to see what's going on in that church that day. Like, what's going on? I think I would have to attend.
If you shit on the steps of that church, would that be a sin? Or like, if you like fucked with that church somehow, would that be against God because it's a church?
What gets me is look how fucking crazy these people always look.
Oh yeah,
like
no, because at the end of the day, a church is just four walls and a roof. The house of God lies within you.
Yep.
Wherever two or more of my brethren get together, there I shall be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Oh, now you got me back on Twitter. I was on Discord. God damn it. The mayor of East Palestine. It is Palestine, by the way. You said it correctly, Corey. I felt bad for making fun of you for that one. Because everywhere else,
it's all good. You make fun of me for
everywhere.
You make fun of me for fucking everything.
If you spell something Palestine, it's called Palestine. Everywhere else, except for the fucking slack-jawed yokel Midwest and South, for some reason.
Welcome to the United States.
Motherfucker.
A pair of oars caught. Wait. Oar fish? What's an oar fish?
It looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy looking.
Yeah.
These fish aren't usually stay by thousands of feet below the surface. Legend says they can predict when an earthquake is about to happen and move closer. Okay. Twitter's not going to work, but let's go to Twitter and watch.
Looks like some giant creepy fucking eel or some shit.
Yeah, you can
With a
tell
horn.
they're from the deep.
It's like something straight from Tremors.
Ugh.
Wonder what they taste like.
I was just thinking that.
That was supposedly taken in some Asian country.
They supposedly show up before earthquakes. I wonder if that's true or if that's just, one time that happened and now it's myth and legend and truth and blah, blah, blah. Huh. Those are cool looking. Oar fish. You got your oar fish there.
I tried.
I doubt it. President Biden says he has no plans to visit East Palestine following the train derailment. Why is that? Why is it that the president of the United States can just ignore an ongoing problem and get away with... Like, if this was Trump, what would the media be saying? I mean,
they'd be roasting his ass and then some.
Pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Ohio?
I said they'd be roasting his ass and then some.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And anything, okay, if he shows up, he's wrong. If he doesn't show up, he's wrong. If he brings stuff for people like water bottles and cheeseburgers, he's wrong. If he doesn't bring them, he's wrong. If you know, like no matter what he does, they're gonna pick it apart and find some reason that he's wrong, and then blast it on the radio from. And then all these fucking NPC people throughout the world are gonna be like, "Well, I heard that Trump was wrong because he brought the cheeseburger," and then fucking like go off repeating that. And then if you like contradict them or like ask them a question, even they'll attack you, and perhaps even physically so, for having a difference of opinion. And that's how they enforce this shit, right? Because you've got these NPCs that are also violent, and then when they are violent, they get caught for their violence. They get away with it. They get away with it because the DAs don't care if you're on the left and you break a law. They don't care if you're on the left and you firebomb a police car or, you know, like do whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just, you know, mostly peaceful but fiery protest that they're doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on the right and you get a little uppity on a certain day that happened, they talk about it like it's fucking, you know, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, the new
9/11.
9/11.
Exactly.
And you should be locked away for the rest of your life.
And if you see it, you see it. And if you don't, you're part of the fucking group, the clan, the whatever. And I guess that's that. USPS is suspending service in 6 states effective immediately with dangerous winter weather. Oh, how's that weather going up there, by the way? Anybody live up in the Great White North?
Well, it's only 5 because they listed our Iowa as one of them, but we know Iowa doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's not a real place.
Oh, did you read this already?
We got a ton of snow yesterday. Now it's almost all gone.
Yeah, it was like 80 degrees at a point today. It was like 75. It was pretty fucking nice today.
Yeah.
Maybe really wish that I had that motorcycle already. Speaking of which,
I'll take a lot of that snow if I can send it to Texas.
so I've been keeping an eye on this site that sells salvage titled motorcycles, like sales from insurance companies and shit like that. And there's been some goddamn good deals on here, dude. Like, some of them need some more fixing up than others, you know. But a 2012 Honda NC700, which isn't exactly the bike that I want, but it's damn close, and it's made by Honda, which is fucking 10 points for that. I can't see what's wrong with this bike, dude. Like, it looks like it got laid down. Big fucking deal. Oh, your bag has some duct tape on it. Big fucking deal. Don't care. $475. By the time this thing sells in a day and a half, they've been about doubling. So if it's like 500, it'll be like 1,000. So for $1,000, like, I'm half tempted to go buy this thing, or at least try. The thing that sucks is like, well, you got to put your money in the bank, and then you got to take your money from the bank and put it on this site. And then once it's on this site, you have like a wallet on this site, and then you can use. Look, like this lever's bent, like fucking $15 fix right there, right? Not a big deal. You put your money on the site, and then you can use it to bid on different items, right? I've just never gone through all that. I don't know how that works. I don't want to like lose money because it's some fucking weird internet site, that kind of thing. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's why I haven't done it yet, I should say. I want to buy Ukrainian windows. Yeah, look at all these fucking turned over cars and bombed out city, and all the windows are like brand new.
Looks like a Michael Bay set.
Interesting.
I've been seeing a lot of videos too of like this war's fake. And they'll have like the picture on CNN of like the busted up building, and they're standing in front of it, and the building's perfectly fine. Have you seen these videos?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
No, you're not.
I don't know if I can like even talk about that on YouTube though, because again,
yeah,
To save money, maybe you should skip breakfast. Several breakfast staples saw a sharp price increase due to the perfect storm, bad weather, disease outbreaks, and continued effects from Russian invasion in Ukraine, because that has anything to do with anything with the price of eggs. Egg prices have increased 8.5% in January from a month earlier and are up 70% over the past year. See, I think that's really this is your fucking inflation rate.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you guys are spending at the grocery store, but it's astronomical.
Yep. Same here, man. It's outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because like I've got 2 kids to feed, and they're hungry, and they've started like working out at the gym, which was like, oh, awesome! They're working out at the gym. They're like boys are growing up. This is cool. And then they get home and they're hungry as fuck all the fucking time now, and I'm like, no, stop working out at the gym. I get it.
Come spring.
Good.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
So
I was
go
just gonna
ahead.
say
Go ahead.
that's
Go
why
ahead.
that's why come spring, I'm just gonna fucking do part of my yard, a big old garden, and then build a fucking chicken coop and probably corner off another section of the yard for some goats and stuff. Start raising my own fucking food. I mean, I've done gardens in the past, just didn't have livestock because I lived in town. And
How
couldn't
much?
have it.
If you bought like 10 baby chicks, how much does that cost?
I'm not sure because my sister-in-law has already told us when we're ready for it, she'll just give us a bunch of chickens.
They're like $3.99 a piece.
So for $40, you got 10 chickens. You know, probably $100 worth of lumber and chicken wire and nails and fucking, you know, staples for a staple gun.
Yeah.
You build a fucking little chicken coop. How much is a couple of bags of feed? Like enough to last 10 chickens a year? I don't know. I'm guessing
Not that much.
probably
It's
like
getting to the point where you need to do your own fucking chicken feed because
Yeah.
a lot of these companies like Tractor Supply have found out that their chicken feed that they're selling will cause your chickens not to lay eggs.
Yep. They're saying to free range them.
Yep.
Who's they?
The businesses.
Yeah, businesses and a lot of farmers too. Saying free range is the best way because the fucking feed has got something in it. It's killing off the ability for them to have lay eggs and shit.
Farm fed rats. Here, just hear me out. They breed quick, right? And you're feeding them the good stuff. It's not like they're eating, shit from the sewer and right in the alleys.
And we've seen them, you've seen the barbecue rat spit, like, rotisserie that they had in New York, didn't you?
Yes.
No.
You remember this?
What the fuck?
You don't remember this?
No. What the fuck?
What is it again?
Videos, this guy's walking with his camera. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. He's walking with his camera, and there's this lady with, like, I don't know, some, like, barbecue. It looks like she dug out of a trash can or, like, built out of a trash can. And there's fire going on the bottom part. And then there's, like, a grate. And then there's, like, a top part with this spinning metal thing. And 2 rats who've got the thing going all the way through them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. And they were not
Those are
rats.
big fucking rats.
Check the back chat.
They were goddamn rats.
I mean, if you're feeding them healthy food,
That's nasty.
Yeah, they're
saying.
giant fucking rats.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Well, there it is. Oh, come on. Well, that's just so useful. Here. Advertisement. You can see the rats there. Doesn't it look like she, like, found that behind some closed down restaurant and, like, drug it out on the street?
Could be.
Probably.
That's nasty.
This used to be like a flat top grill, but it just got fucking chucked in the alleyway behind when Denny's closed down or whatever it was.
I mean, people do eat nutria, and that's just a big, huge rat. So
Nutria?
yeah.
Is that what they make really cheap Russian hats out of?
Probably.
Like those big fucking fur hats are like, oh yeah, it's 100% nutria. Yeah, that means rat.
Right.
LADA Gascon? Is that how you say that? Gascon?
Gascon, yeah.
Suspends prosecutor for misgendering and dead naming. Cool. So you get suspended for speech now, apparently.
Fucking stupid.
Like, I'm not advocating that you intentionally misgender people. Like, if someone like you work with or whatever is like, hi, my name's Steve, and I was born a girl, but I like to be known as Steve, so can you call me him even though I'm a girl? Like, yeah, Steve, you got it. Not a problem. I'm not gonna be a dick to Steve, you know? But the concept that there should be lawful consequences for not calling Steve Steve, or for not calling her him, you know, you call him her by accident one time and you get in trouble for it. You do it a second time, you get like sanctioned or something, you know, like at what point does this freedom of speech thing that we have in this country come under threat because of people's feelings? I think we're there right now.
100%, yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna call them what they are. Give them
Yep.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, you're at school, you're at work, you're there for school, you're there for work. You're not there to make a political point. You're not there to like fucking change people's minds on the way that they should think about things or whatever necessarily. You know, like, you're there to make money. You're there to get your education. You know, whatever. Like, having these interpersonal problems are going to cause you more problems than they're worth, because you're not going to solve anything. You're not going to make any headway. You're probably not going to change anyone's mind. And I'm not saying like lay down for tyrannical laws or tyrannical fucking things or whatever. Quite the opposite, actually. Right? Like, if there's a rule that doesn't make sense, I'm saying you should not follow it. If there's something that you feel like you're justified in fighting against by not complying with it, I think that you should do the thing that's not complying with it. Yes, 100%. But when it comes down to like causing waves, I understand why people don't, is what I'm saying. I understand why you would say sir or whatever to the person who's obviously not a sir. Because, like, who cares at the end of the day? Like, fuck it. But at the same time, I mean, when does evil win? When good men do nothing. If we all sit there just turning our cheek the entire way, all the way to the fucking grave, I guess we'll end up in hell. I guess that's where that road ends.
What I like about my job is I fucking sell guns, and if they don't like it, they can just not shop there. So
Well,
I can pretty much say what the fuck I want.
The other thing is, like, you're kind of looking for a reason to not sell them a gun. At least you should be, right?
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, you smell like weed. Out. Oh, you've got like gang colors. Out. Oh, you're fucking, I don't know.
Back.
Got that fucking gang tattoo on your neck. You see, or the fucking, you know, that jailhouse tat. No, bye.
Leo. You said the thing out loud. You said the quiet part loudly.
Yeah, my bad. My mistake.
Toxic wastewater from Ohio derailment moved to Texas. What is that going to do exactly?
It's supposed to be to decontaminate it, but who knows if that's even a possibility at this point.
I don't think it is.
I just don't understand how moving it to a different state's going to... I mean, unless they have a facility in Texas that decontaminates soil or something.
What they're talking about doing is basically cleaning it and quote unquote purifying it, I guess, and then store it underneath in the ground underneath water source.
Right.
They do that with like frack water. They'll shoot it back down on the ground to store it. I don't see them actually cleaning it. And if they say they did, the shit's just going to leach into the ground and leach into our fucking water supply. And that's probably what they want.
Well, I'm saying, like, you could do the same thing in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You could literally do exactly what you just said with literally zero differences whatsoever in the way that you do it. I just don't understand why they're doing it in Texas. It doesn't make sense.
Because I think the whole plan is to poison everyone.
Yep.
They know the
Well, not
uprising's
only
coming.
that, have you been hearing a lot about this fucking 15-minute city shit?
No, what's that?
Basically, the government can come in if a state or part of the country is deemed uninhabitable, the water's polluted, this, that, and the other, and either kick everybody out, but if you stay, they can put you in these 15-minute cities. Basically, you live within 15 minutes of everything needed, and it limits your carbon footprint. And basically, if you want to go to a different zone, you'll have to have a pass. But if you use up your allotted points for the day or the month or whatever, then you're just fucking cut off of everything. You can't travel. You can't use your money in your bank.
You're talking about smart cities. They've been talking about this shit for a really long time. Whether they're going to actually start like the amount of money
is they'll take your land.
To build a smart city from scratch is astronomical. And that's the one
but the
part.
thing is, they'll take your property. They literally, they control your property. You have no rights to your property anymore.
Exactly. And
good.
I mean, you could call it a conspiracy theory, whatever, but it kind of lines up to what the fuck's going on right now, though. And I don't put anything past the government at all. So, fuck, anything's possible. I know they've been talking about it for a while. It's just, I think they're putting their plans into motion.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I started reading the chat and I got like mentally sidetracked, so I forgot what I was going to say. Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 16 years for rap, whatever that word is, RAPE, whatever. Conviction in Los Angeles, disgraceful, blah 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 blah. So he got 16 years. How old is he? He's going to die in jail.
Yep.
Aren't you supposed to fight people your first day?
Yeah, you go to the biggest, toughest, meanest motherfucker and knock him out.
I just don't see Weinstein doing that. I don't know.
I think he got 16 years added to the sentence he already got.
Oh, because he raped someone too?
Yeah.
Who did he rape?
A bunch of
A
people.
lot of fucking
Right, like who didn't he?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's rape. Like I'm going to force myself. When I hear that word, I think like physically forcing yourself on some like that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Versus what he was always guilty of doing was like a quid pro quo kind of thing, which is not technically rape. That's different than rape. So convicted for rape means rape. And when I see that, like sexual assault trial, that's rape. That's different than, hey, suck my dick and I'll give you a part, right? Which is also bad, but it's not as bad as rape, I wouldn't think.
This is a California court, so
true. That's true.
Didn't R. Kelly also get sentenced to like 20 years in prison?
Yep,
sure did.
That in I saw something the other day about fucking Ron Jeremy's and being sentenced to fucking prison.
What did he do?
Raped a bunch of people.
Right.
Yeah, raped a bunch of people.
Dude, R.
But
Kelly.
have you seen him though?
Yeah, he's old as fuck. He's about to die.
He looks fucking horrible.
Yeah, he is rough. Yeah, they had him on 34 counts of sexual assault, including 12 counts of rape on Ron Jeremy.
Jesus.
And they're trying to say that he wants to be declared mentally incompetent.
I think they waited a little long to go after him, really. You know what I mean? Like, because he's old enough where that's probably true.
Oh yeah.
He probably doesn't remember enough details about any of these things to actually reliably testify. He probably doesn't understand what he even did wrong, if he did. You know.
Yeah.
Plus,
All
there's
the
probably
fucking
no
drugs he
telling
did.
what kind of disease he's got too that we may not know about.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no shit.
He discovered 3 new ones. He's like an anthropologist of STDs. R. Kelly sentenced to 20 years for child sex crimes. Was that for the P-tape thing?
No. The P-tape thing he got acquitted for, I think. Like back in 2005. This is just a whole new slew of charges.
Yeah, I think.
Like that he's been doing for over 20 years, right?
I think this one's on child porn or something.
So more child porn?
Yeah.
A jury found that he had produced 3 videos of himself sexually abusing his 14-year-old goddaughter. That's all it says about it. So he got 20 years for it, for videos that he made of doing things with a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and 20 years is definitely not enough.
No. Just put him in the same prison as that one dude that ended up, caning people. Took the cane to people.
That takes care of the problems.
Mm-hmm. To the wall.
But in the prison where that Alaskan guy was, that murderer that killed people who were raping children, he went after fucking sex offenders.
Oh, the guy who kept killing sex offenders. He's like, he's in prison for life, but he just keeps killing fucking sex offenders.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
I don't fucking care. What are you gonna do to me? Oh, you're gonna put me for a day?
For
Shit.
life, some more? A few more 100 years? Fuck it.
If that guy needs a fucking, I don't know.
He needs a Nobel Peace Prize is what he needs.
A pardon.
He's like,
I think he'd stop, like he needs to stay in there doing what he's doing. He just needs like a steak dinner every Friday. Or something.
Yeah, he needs
exactly.
good
Feed him good.
Yeah.
Give him the best bed sheets in bed and feed him
all
good.
the entertainment he needs.
Yeah, no shit.
He got a fucking computer or something for prison.
Right.
That'd be like the
fucking
thing you could possibly have is a computer with Wi-Fi in prison. Like, all right, dude, like I'm basically there right now,
Right. And maybe like a conjugal, right, every now and then.
Yeah.
Give him a cell like in a Law-Abiding Citizen where he could just have like a hiding door that he could crawl through and escape and go out in the real world and just keep it on and then come back at night.
Yeah. The prison's his house.
Yeah.
And all of them fucking inmates are in his fucking house.
It's like, do you care about homeless people? Yes. Okay, do you care enough about homeless people to put one of them in your home? Fuck no.
Wait, how good does she look?
If she looks good enough, she's not homeless. Trust me.
Exactly.
She got to look pretty bad to be homeless.
Well, once you shower up, you know what I'm saying?
She's basically got to be a dude.
And even then, you're pushing it.
How good does the dude look?
A plurality of working class Americans say illegal immigration to the United States has made their local school systems worse. I agree with that. And I've been saying that shit for years. I remember when the kids were little, I think it was like 3rd and 5th grade or something like that. And we went to a new school. And the new school that we went to had an English side and a Spanish side to every homework assignment. Because there were so many Hispanic kids at their school that didn't speak English at all. and neither did their parents, that they literally had to teach every lesson in every classroom for every grade twice, once in English and once in Spanish. And like every homework assignment, double-sided paper, one side Spanish, one side's English. And I said something to the teacher at a PTA conference, and it's like I stepped on a fucking baby. Like I fucking dropped your newborn kitten, you know? And it didn't land on its feet. Yeah, I was the bad guy. And I wasn't even like, I didn't like cuss. I wasn't blaming anybody. I wasn't angry. I was just like, I feel like this isn't the best thing for the kids. Like, what are we doing about? Oh, you're racist for bringing up a valid point.
Of course, the default.
Pretty much.
Oh shit. Colorado Club Q shooting suspect's mother is also non-binary. That's new. Forced him to go to gay clubs several times.
Yeah,
So
I saw
it's her
that.
fault. This is new. I hadn't heard this before.
So if that's true, should she be held accountable as well?
I don't know, but that dude got the fuck beat out of him, didn't he?
Yeah, he
He
did.
sure did.
Fucked his shit up.
Those gays went ham on his face. Jesus Christ. He's got that look of like, I fucked up. I should have never done what I did.
Night, everybody. Good chat. I'm off to bed.
All right, later, Santos.
Yeah.
See you, Xantos.
There you all. Have a good night.
You bleeding vagina, you.
The detective further testified that Ulrich, who identifies also as non-binary and uses they-them pronouns, administered a website that included neo-Nazi white supremacist shooting training videos and glorified mass shootings. The video features attacks on synagogues, mosques in Europe, the 2019 Christchurch shooting. The detective believes Aldrich was attempting to emulate that in the Colorado Springs shooting. So his mom's taking him around to gay clubs while he's watching fucking mass shooting neo-Nazi training videos. Like, that's... I feel like someone should have known.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably her.
Or it
How old
sounds
do you
like
think
that.
she is? She's like my age, I bet. See, these are the chicks in the dating pool that Matt doesn't realize. Like, oh, how to just find a chick to date? Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, nice to meet you. Hey, what have you been up to? Oh, my son was the Club Q shooter and I'm non-binary. Like, fuck me, I'm going home.
Please. But anyway, so are we fucking or not?
I think that's all the stories and things that I had. That's the show, everybody.
That's all the
I don't know.
things.
Me to like pull some more show out of somewhere. I'm not sure where you want me to pull it from, but I don't think I've got it in me. I think that's it. Plus, we got another show tomorrow night. We're going to be doing a little gay frog action. I was thinking about doing some. I don't know, man. It depends. We might just have a chat. We might just have a chat. I'm not going to promise anything because I've been so goddamn busy with everything, with kids being here all the time, and like one of them starting baseball, the other's in work, and trying to train one how to drive, and doing all the like. They're getting older, so they need more help from dad than they do from mom now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been fun. Honestly, it's been great, but it's also been a lot. So I don't know. Depends on how much time I got tomorrow, but might be something cool for the chat tomorrow, or it should just be a chat. But we'll do a chat tomorrow night, and we'll see you guys then. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful evening and do good things and be excellent to one another. As those dudes said, what were their names? Fuck, dude. Bill and Ted, thank you. Sorry, it's been a while. Been a long night. All right, I'm hitting the button. Peace out, everybody.
Later, tank ticklers.
Plainest.
Bye.